Assalamu alaikum. Welcome again. So in the last video did we had seen introduction to ratios and many examples of the ratios. Now today let's continue with the equivalent ratios. Just watch this video and again we will discuss many more examples.
Ritesh is learning to calculate ratios and is enjoying it. But there is one thing that is confusing him. Let us see what it is. He first calculated the ratio of boys in his class to girls in his class as 3:1. He then calculated the ratio of notebooks to books in his bag. The ratio works out to be 3:1. Ritesh wonders, can two ratios be same? Yes, they can be. What the first one tells us is that boys are 3 times more than the girls in Ritesh's class. The second ratio tells us that the notebooks are 3 times more than the books in Ritesh's bag. Ratios that are equal when reduced to their lowest terms are known as equivalent ratios. Let us verify whether the following ratios are equivalent or not. Ram earns rupees 15,000 in a month and spends rupees 10,000. Express the earning and spending as a ratio. 15,000 by 10,000 is 15 by 10, which, when reduced to the lowest term, is equal to 3 by 2 or 3:2. It means that out of every 3 rupees earned, Ram spends 2. Rahim earns rupees 21,000 in a month and spends rupees 14,000. Express the earning and spending as a ratio. 21,000 by 14,000 is 21 by 14, which, when reduced to lowest term, is equal to 3 by 2 or 3:2. It means that out of every 3 rupees earned, Rahim also spends 2. The ratio for earning to spending for Ram and Rahim are equivalent. Division of quantities, values according to ratios. Let us now use ratios to divide quantities and values. Two friends, Sia, 36 inches in height, and Pia, 48 inches in height, pluck 7 ripe mangoes from a mango tree. They decide to share the mangoes in the ratio of their heights in inches. How many mangoes will each friend get to eat? Let us first find the ratio of their heights. The ratio of their heights is 3:4. Sia and Pia will share the mangoes in the ratio 3:4. It means that out of every 7 mangoes plucked, 3 will be eaten by Sia and 4 by Pia. Sia gets 3 out of 7 mangoes. Pia gets 4 out of 7 mangoes. Two brothers, Devjot and Premjot, buy a lottery ticket for rupees 100. Devjot pays rupees 60. Premjot pays rupees 40. They decide to share the lottery money in the same ratio. They win a lottery of rupees 1 lakh. How much should each brother get? Let us find first the ratio of their payments. Ratio of payment for lottery is 3:2. Devjot and Premjot will share the lottery money in ratio 3:2. It means that out of every 5 rupees won, 3 will go to Devjot and 2 will go to Premjot. Devjot's share in the lottery of rupees 1 lakh is rupees 60,000. Premjot's share is rupees 40,000. Self-assessment. Match.
Now do this match exercise. So you need to match the equivalent ratio. I'll show you one and the rest all you need to do as a homework. Okay, we have this 5 by 15. Sorry, 5 is to 15. So how can I show this? The lowest form of 5 by 15 will be 5 1 thus 5, 5 3 thus 15. It will be 1:3. So which one I can match is this one, 3 ones is 3, 3 threes is 9. Okay, so these two ratios are matching. When you can convert this into lowest form, I'll get 1:3. Alright, so similarly, try to do all these. I'll do one more. Okay, I have 12:18. So I will just cut this with 2, 2 6s 12, 2 8s, 2 9s 18. Then this is 3 2s are 6, 3 3s is 9. I've got 2:3 as a ratio. So I have here 2:3. So I will match this with this. Okay, the rest 3 you need to do it as a homework. Okay, now let's move on to the next part of a problem. So we had seen equivalent ratios till now in this video, isn't it? So that is also called as proportion. Okay, so two ratios we are saying we say they are proportion or equal. Okay, many examples we have seen just in the video just now. So you represent like this: A is to B is equal to C is to D. Okay, so this means it is these A is to B is in proportion with C is to D. Okay, example what we have seen in the video, that number of students, number of boys and number of girls ratio. Okay, and then number of books in the bag, number of total books and books in the bag of the student. Okay, so the same example you can apply, that is you can see that you can say that they are in proportion. You'll have two ratios, though they have different values. When you convert it into its lowest form, two ratios will be equal. Okay, so now the main thing is, see this, when you write like this, or either you can represent like this or you can represent the proportion as like this. That is, two ratios when they are equal, you also represent them like this. Okay, so the terms which are in the middle, you call them as mean terms. Okay, or middle terms. All right, the terms which are outside, okay, so they are called as extreme terms. All right, so I can write this A is to B as A by B equal to C by D. C is to D. Okay, now when you cross multiply this, your AD will be equal to BC. That means multiplication of mean terms or middle terms, that is BC, will be equal to the multiplication or product or multiplication of extreme terms AD. Okay, so in proportion you will have relation between the mean terms and the extreme terms as what product of them, or product when you take, they are equal. Okay, product of mean terms are equal to product of extreme terms. Okay, so based on this you'll have many problems. Let's see some one or two problems for today. Okay, let me take one more example. So in the previous video I had told you that one example of that, I have 5 rupees and you have 10 rupees. Okay, and the ratio of them, I can represent them as 5:10. Okay, I will take two other persons are there. Okay, they have rupees, if I take like other two persons, they have rupees 15 and rupees 30. Okay, two other persons, I have rupees 5 and you have rupees 10. Okay, the ratio of R is my rupees to yours, it is represented as 5:10. Two other persons are there who have 15 and 30 rupees with them, so their ratio I can represent as 15:30, isn't it? Now if I reduce these two ratios into its lowest form, it is 5 ones as 5, this will be 5:10, so I'll reduce it to 1:2. What about this? 5 3s 15, 5 how much, 5 6s 30, 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So for this also I'm getting 1:2. So I can say my these two ratios are proportion to each other, isn't it? Because when I'm reducing their lowest form to the lowest form of the ratios, I'm getting 1:2. So that means these two ratios are proportion to each other. Okay, so when they are proportion to each other, I can say that this mean terms are equal to the extreme terms. Okay, you want to check? So obviously when they are in proportion, when you do product of mean terms and product of extreme terms, you will get the same. So if I take 10 into 15, this will be equal to 5 into 30. 10 into 15 is 150 and 5 30s, it is also 150. Okay, so based on this proportion you will get many questions. Okay, first of all they will give you two ratios. They'll ask you whether they are in proportion or no, true or false. You need to do that. Okay, and other type of problems is they will give you something like this. I have some 6 is to x. Okay, and they are proportion with the terms with the other ratio as 12 is to some 3, suppose. Okay, so they are asking us to find x. What is x? Now you can easily find x. Product of mean terms, that is middle terms, x into 12 is equal to product of extreme, 6 into 3. So my x 12 into x is equal to 18. So my x will be equal to how much? 18 by 12. Okay, so this will be the value of x. So this kind of problems you will get. One term will be unknown. You can easily find it just by using the proportion this thing, mean and extreme terms. Okay, all right. Let me take one more example for proportion. Okay, and this is your exercise problem, exercise 2, sixth problem. So they have given ratio of two angles. Okay, they are in the ratio 3:1. All right, so we are going to find first is larger angle if the smaller angle is 180 degrees. See, from this itself you can easily find. Okay, so this your ratio is 3:1. Now when they're saying larger angle, you need to find if the smaller one is 180 degrees. So the ratio 3:1, this will represent the larger angle and this will represent the smaller angle. So if I take the larger angle, which is unknown, as x, okay, and the smaller angle given is how much? 180 degrees. So they are in proportion with how much? It is 3:1. Okay, so this is nothing but they are equal, you can say, isn't it? Now just take product of mean terms. I can write it as 8 is to x is to 8 180 is equal to 3:1. So just take product of mean terms and product of extremes. So x into 1 will be equal to 180 into 3. So my x will be equal to 180 into 3 as how much? 540. Okay, so I think you can do the second part of this. It's again easy. They are given you in the second one, smaller angle, if we need to find the smaller angle if the larger angle is 63 degrees. So let me take smaller angle as x now, because we don't know what is the smaller angle. So my smaller angle will be x, which is the ratio of 1. So my larger angle given is how much? 63 degrees. So my ratio I can represent as larger angle to smaller is 63:x. X is unknown. So these two ratios are in proportion. So I will take 63 is to x is equal to 3:1. Okay, so my mean product of mean and extremes, that is 3x will be equal to 63 into 1. So x will be equal to 63 by 3. So x is how much? 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3, 21. So the smaller angle is how much? 21 degrees. Okay. So this is how you use your proportions or when the problems are given. Alright. So ratio, already here it's given the ratio of two angles. Okay. The larger and the smaller angle, they are in the ratio 3:1. Okay. Alright. I think I can just give you introduction for the next topic and then stop with this video. We will do exercise problems more in our Zoom meeting. Okay. The next topic is I am going to give you is introduction to unitary method. Okay. So this kind of problems, see, if I have this kind of example, okay, you can do this by two methods. You can do it by direct method or you can do it by unitary method. Okay. So unitary means unit. So we are going to find the value of 1 unit of anything which is given, and then we will find the question so many objects which is given in the question. Okay, see, first of all understand the question. Here a given example is I have cost of 6 pence, it is 60 rupees. Okay, 6 pence, it is 60 rupees. Now if we want to find the cost of 13 pence, alright, now if I want to find the cost of 13 pence, what I can do, if I use my unitary method, what I will do is first I will find the cost of 1 pen. Okay, so my cost of 6 pence, it is 60 rupees. Now 1 pen cost will be how much? This is nothing but 60 by 6. Okay, so how? See, if there are, whenever you have 6 is big in number, right? So when you are reducing this 6 pence to 1 pen, that is you will divide with the cost given. 6 pence on cost we know, so we are dividing it with 6. So I've got cost of 1 pen as how much? 10 rupees. Now I can easily find next how many pens you want. If I get cost of 1 pen, obviously if I want to find the cost of 100 pens, then what will it be? 100 pens will be equal to, so it is 1 pen is 10 rupees. Okay, so 100 pens, it will be 100 into 10. If I want to find cost of 13 pence, it is given, so 13 pence will be equal to how much? 13 into 10. Okay, so if you have found the cost of one thing, that is unit quantity of any of the things, it can be a pen, it can be a bottle. Okay, unit object cost or anything if you have found, then easily you can find the number of those objects cost or anything. Okay, so this type of method you call it as unitary method. The same problem you can do it with the direct method also. I will show you this in the next video, inshallah. It's already about 19 minutes. Okay, let's stop here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.